In this video, I will show you how to build not one, not two, but 3 different wolf statues. I designed these as a small decorative element of a previous build, but I like them so much I thought I'd go ahead and make a tutorial on them, not to mention the fact that my one wolf statue design from 6 years ago is very much in need of an update. I'll show you how to build each one at a time, but here are the materials that you'll need. The majority of the blocks I'm using are andesite, but you could always try to mix in some other shades if you would like. Maybe once you get the statue built out, you can add your own shading to it. The 2 larger statues are almost exactly the same except for the head. They have 2 different heads that you can use with the same body. We'll start with the smaller design because this will be the easy one. The dimensions are 5 by 10 and it will be 9 layers tall. The most important step before you get started though is bringing in your support team, so I'm bringing them in right now. They're wandering away as I build, but it's alright, at least I know they're around somewhere. And then we can go ahead and start building. I'm always looking for new ways of doing these tutorials, although this method seems to work the best for me and everyone else. It just saves me from having to explain a lot by just showing you what to build instead of having to tell you what to build. Plus, it gives you the opportunity to pause whenever you need to. It kills the watch time on YouTube, but I like to make tutorials as easy as possible, even if it's not ideal for YouTube per se. This statue is easy, so go ahead and continue to build out these layers. Once you get to layer 9, there are only 2 blocks to place here for the ears. After that, you can place the stone button on the front of the face. That was the one block I wasn't quite sure how to show it on the left, but that's where it goes. And that makes this first statue complete. Now we can build the larger statues, and remember these ones are sharing a body, so I'm going to show you how to build the body first, and then I'll show you how to build each individual head. The base of these statues are 7 by 18 maximum, and the first statue will be 18 layers tall and the second statue will be 20 layers tall. Although I highly doubt you will be building this in a cramped space, so you should have plenty of room. For these larger statues, you could save blocks if you didn't want to fill in every center spot of each layer. Sometimes it's doable for the very large layers if you want to hollow it out a little bit just so you can save some blocks. If you did decide to do that, you will also want to light it up on the inside so nothing spawns in there. It's completely up to you what you want to do, but it will take a lot more blocks if you fill it in the way I'm doing. And if you did want to add more textures to this or more block variation, I recommend doing that after you build everything first, because it's easier to trace around what you've already built than trying to figure out where the colored blocks should go as you're building it. I didn't do that for these statues because, quite honestly, I didn't think about it until I was editing this and I kind of was too lazy to go back and change it. But I also like to leave some things to your own creativity, so I'm not doing everything for you. Even if you don't think you can build very well, I'm sure there are some little things you could add to these statues to make it unique to you. The body part of this will go up to layer 12 and then we can work on the head. Once you get to layer 13, now I'm building the head down variation of the statue, and once we finish this out, I'll go back and show you how to build the other variation. If you would rather build the head up or Howling version, you can skip ahead in the video to get there. On layer 15, I have a couple of anvils that I placed for eyes. I would say those are completely optional, even though I told you to get them at the beginning. I think it adds a nice texture variation for the eyes alone, and if you wanted to put a color block behind them that shows through, you could do that too. You can always modify it however you want. Layer 18 is the last layer for this version, and look how cute he is. He's so adorable. But now let's rewind and go do the other version, shall we? Now we're going back to layer 13 to do the head of a howling wolf. This is continuing off of the same body I just showed you for the last one, and we're just going to continue adding these layers like normal. I couldn't decide which of these versions I liked better, so I decided to show both of them. I'm sure you will find a use for one or both in your worlds. The last 2 layers in the statue are very small. You just have 4 whole blocks to place for layer 19 and 1 block to place for layer 20, that being the nose. And now all 3 statues are complete. These wolf statues turned out so cute, and it's funny because I don't intentionally make my statues cute. I think they just naturally become that way even when I'm not trying to do it. Still, they are very nice statues, and I hope you like them as well. I don't know which one I like the best. I think they would all be good for different purposes, and I like that there's different sizes you could use for different things. I've got lots more of these statue tutorials on my channel if you're interested in finding more, but that's all for this one. I hope you have a good rest of your day or night, and I hope to see you again in another one. Bye!